have never been in the wild. They've been raised in captivity their entire life. But yielding to the pressure of the situation, they gave in and they decided to no longer have the elephants in the circus. There are those in the fire service today that are pushing an agenda that since we don't cause the problems that we respond to, we are only there to keep them from getting worse, and we shouldn't get involved. I couldn't disagree with that more. When we join the fire department, we accept ownership of these problems that we are called to. We cannot and should not make a decision about someone's life based on what we see from the front yard. Yes, it's true, building construction has changed, and the tactics and considerations that we have to use changed with them. It is true that the modern materials that contents are made of have affected fire behavior. No one condones unsafe acts on the fire ground. No one does. But when someone calls 911 for an emergency, they can no longer handle the problem themselves, and they are counting on you to handle it for them. We have to have compassion for people. We have to treat their homes, their family members, their loved ones, as if they're our own. We are called upon to make a difference. Statistics tell us that 80% of civilian fatalities that happen in this country happen in residential occupancies. There are those who say that we should only see what we see from the exterior of a burning building, that it's too dangerous to put firefighters' lives in jeopardy to go in that building. If you do a 360 size up, and that is vitally important, and you see what you can see, but you can't tell that there is a survivable space in that structure. You have to go inside. Someone who is unable to exit their own home can benefit greatly from a well-trained, well-experienced firefighter with a well-placed hose line. This hasn't changed in hundreds of years. Tenable spaces do exist in modern construction. It is our responsibility to attempt to locate and give these civilians the chance for survival. So why do I bring these things up? There's a lot of conversation and information out there today about the decline of volunteers. Volunteer fire departments continue to sound the alarm about dwindling volunteers, and I have a few theories regarding this. As I stated earlier, there is a big pushback against firefighters doing their jobs. Social media has put incident commanders in a box afraid of being the next YouTube sensation video. And we all know about the problems of cell phone cameras and seeing people caught on that. In an effort to attract new volunteers, training standards and physical requirements have slipped. The pride in organizations have eroded because they want to make it more inclusive and attract new members in different ways, so it becomes less about the fire department and helping the community and more about a social club. The armchair quarterbacks that are on the computer 24/7 rip companies to shreds and fearmonger. Good experienced fire chiefs, in fear of being criticized, lambasted, and even sued by what is seen on the internet, have withdrawn, and good members have also quit. Not wanting to have to do more work, the critics come out with the hit it hard from the yard folks. Anybody that's in the industry has heard about this stuff, where it's, okay, we're going to see what we got, and we're going to hit it from the yard. This is where we make the connection between Barnum and Bailey and the elephants. Well-meaning people got engaged about something they knew nothing about. They hammered and hammered Barnum and Bailey until they conceded and retired the elephants in 2016. Almost immediately, ticket sales dropped, and it soon became apparent that the circus was no longer able to financially continue. Folks, if there's nothing that distinguishes us from a regular citizen, then what is it that's going to make somebody want to get involved in the fire department? To come out and help their community. You know, I sit here tonight standing in front of a friend of mine and a mentor, Fred Bales. Fred's been an instructor for over 30 years. And I remember as a young firefighter taking classes in that Fred would host. And people would walk away from the class and they would say, man, that guy's intense. He's like, and I'm not kidding. If Fred's given a test at 6:30 and you show up at 6:31, the door is locked. And I've seen him do it. And he says, can I help you? I'm here to take the test. No, you're not. But that's what is sorely needed today. We continue to lower standards to try to bring people in, and I propose it's just the opposite. The fire service is supposed to be a paramilitary organization. We are supposed to be structured. We are supposed to be disciplined. And we don't get anywhere by degrading things to try to get people in. People know my opinion, but I'll say it. Folks, if you have to put a keg and a tap in a firehouse to get people to sign an application, you're out of your mind. You deserve to be out of business. That's not what it's there for. I don't care if you want to have a beer, but it doesn't belong in the firehouse. If you want to go to a parade, you need to wear your uniform. This is what these folks wear to go to a parade. I don't give a crap that it's hot and I want to wear my shorts and my dress shirt. No, because there's some 8-year-old kid out there that the only influence you're going to make on him, you're not even going to see him, but he's going to see you semi out of uniform. He's going to accept that as the standard, and when you park the fire truck at the parade, he's going to watch you go in the beer tent. 10 years from now, he's going to accept that as the standard as a member for a volunteer fire department. Absolutely not. Honor, pride, and integrity of character. These are principles that must apply to the fire service, our jobs, and our personal lives. We must expect more from our companies. We must expect more from our members. Officers and leaders, we must expect more from ourselves, or the volunteer fire service will fade. We must have and instill in our people discipline and respect. We must raise our standards and influence our members with compassion to be held towards others. We must not let the 10% paralyze us into not doing the job that the public is counting on us to do. Fire department chiefs and officers, we can grow and prosper through solidarity, working together through open dialogue and training, not allowing members to be transient between companies. Make our department something of value, something that no one wants to be put out of. Our fire departments must insist on excellence and hard work. Everyone wants to be a part of a winning team. Leaders must lead from the front and project integrity and discipline. Respect is earned, never given. Members in our department have to be committed to being on a winning team. There's an old saying, I can't keep the birds from flying over my head, but I can keep them from making a nest in my hair. I challenge each and every one of us to dig deep and have a feeling of ownership in our companies, to build up our individual departments and specialize in training and equipment so that our area may continue to prosper. In Lake Township, I am very proud to say that we have worked extremely hard to have specialized equipment that is not duplicated and to promote an attitude that we do not criticize each other and we try to gain advantage by stepping on one another. Chief DePiro from Lake Ariel and I are in agreement that we will not allow members to trash talk each other's departments. I thank all the chiefs, and I've had similar dialogues, the chiefs that are here tonight, Chief Koch, Chief Emerson, Chief Wallace, Chief Meade, Deputy Chief Jenkins, Chief Retired Hoover, Chief Derrick, retired. We have great communication, and we need to use that as a tool. In closing, let me say, we are extremely blessed to have the members that we have, and I am very proud of each and every one of them. I am honored that you choose me to serve as your chief. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2017 uniformed firefighters of the Maplewood Fire and Rescue. Dismissed.